Welcome back. If you're here, it means you've made it through the beginner series. 9 lessons covering everything from what Kafka is, to running a real producer and consumer in the terminal. That's a solid foundation, and now we're ready to go deeper. This is the intermediate series, lessons 10 through 19. Over the next 10 lessons, we're going to take what you know and turn it into something that actually works in the real world. Here's what the intermediate series covers. The first 5 lessons, 10 through 14, are theory. We'll start with partition leaders and followers, who's actually in charge of your data. Then replication factor and ISR, how Kafka decides which replicas it can trust. Then message keys and ordering, producer acknowledgements, and consumer offset management. The next 5, 15 through 19, are hands-on practical. We'll run Kafka with Docker, build a producer in Python, build a consumer in Python, connect them together, and finish with a mini project, a full order event system. By the end of this series, you'll be writing real Kafka applications, not just understanding the theory. Before we get into Lesson 10, let's make sure you're in the right place. This series assumes you've completed the beginner series, or that you already know these 5 things. What Kafka is and why it exists, how brokers, clusters, and Zookeeper work, what topics, partitions, and offsets are, how producers, consumers, and consumer groups fit together, and how to run Kafka locally and send real messages with the console tools. If any of those feel shaky, go back and watch those lessons first. Every concept in this series builds directly on them. And if you're brand new, start with Lesson 1. It's linked in the playlist. Before we dive into Lesson 10, I want to take 30 seconds to ask for your support, because this course genuinely takes a lot of work to build. If these lessons are helping you, there are 4 things that make a real difference. First, subscribe and turn on notifications. New lessons drop regularly and you don't want to miss them. Second, hit the like button. It takes 1 second, and it tells the algorithm this content is worth showing to other developers who are trying to learn Kafka. Third, leave a comment. Tell me where you're from, what you're building with Kafka, or what you want to see next. I read every single one. And fourth, if you know a developer who's trying to learn data engineering or backend systems, share this with them. It helps the course reach more people, and it costs you nothing. Your support keeps this going, and it genuinely means a lot. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. Up next, Lesson 10, Partition Leader and Followers. You already know that Kafka splits topics into partitions and spreads them across brokers. But here's the question we never answered in the beginner series. If the same partition lives on 3 different brokers, who does the producer write to? Who does the consumer read from? That's exactly what Lesson 10 answers. See you at the next lesson.